everyone, and welcome to just want to make sure everyone can hear me because I'm getting some feedback. Can you hear me now? Still getting feedback. But anyway, for those who can hear me, make it make sense with MoSwag. It's the first and third Tuesday of every month. This is something we're trying new here at Mash the Gas. Come this August, we will be on our 6th year. So, we got happy hour with Hendrix. So we're trying something new. Hey, I'm going to take 15, maybe 17 minutes out of your schedule. And I want you to hear me. I've got something to say. Okay. The upcoming show, April 9th, is Mo's birthday show. And April 23rd is the Preacher's Roundtable with Q and his good friends, his very good friends. Okay, so let's look at this. It's just me talking to y'all, just being who I am, MoSwag. Nothing fancy. But since this show, for Mo's 50 he said for Mo's 55th birthday, send her $5 and Cash App. They so cute. They cute. But anyway, so let's talk. Since it's make it make sense with MoSwag, we're gonna go over some things. See, and these are some things that have been bothering me, similar to like when Q has his show Stupid is Real, because he's trying to talk through some things or understand why certain things happen. And mine is make it make sense to me. So let me understand this. So you get one rich man slaps another rich man, and y'all get in an uproar and y'all want to divide the country. But you get a Supreme Court justice wife who's written some emails and directives to someone telling someone, yeah, January 6th, I need you to make it happen. I need to show all force. But y'all don't say nothing. So I'm just saying, make it make sense to me. But once again, hey, just if you can help me with that, I appreciate it. Now, and then something else. Y'all are pissed off about $5 gas, but you sit in your luxury SUVs for 10 minutes for a $7 mocha frappa, no fat, no foam Starbucks thing. But you $5 for gas, but $7 for Starbucks, and then you sitting in there for 10 minutes. Just make it make sense. Some other things that I don't understand. Kim and Kanye. It makes no sense. None. None. She made a video. She made a porn video. Now she's a billionaire. And now, 4 kids later, she wants to divorce somebody who took her award from someone on stage at the Grammys. Poor Taylor Swift ain't been the same since. And said Beyonce should have it. Y'all should have known he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs then. Make it make sense. And this is for the students, high school, college, graduate. Explain this to me. You are obsessed with TikToks. You make 12 TikToks for 3 minutes because the max is 3 minutes. And then you still don't know how to multiply 12 times 3 without a calculator. But you're going to make a TikTok and you're going to make sure the right angle is used, geometry, and you're going to make sense the timing is together, multiplication. And then you're going to stand up there and work on the dance, work on the moves, and work on your outer core, but ain't nothing in there. Ain't nothing in there. Just make it make sense to me. And speaking, let's go from here's something else. How do you spend $250 for Peruvian bundles with your EBT card and your child can't spell Peruvian or bundles because y'all ain't got no books in the house? Just make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure there's a rhyme and a reason, but just make it make sense. And then make it make sense. Ted Cruz, how can you judge her? You know, the same person who graduated in your class and y'all were on the Harvard Law Review together. But it took your dad 32 years to become a citizen of the United States. Grandpa Monster, make it make sense. But moreover, while I'm talking about your friend Ted Cruz, Clarence Thomas, you are a Yale graduate. And the best you could do, you know what I'm talking about. That's the best you could do. No wonder you didn't get into Harvard. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And like I said, I didn't want to bother y'all. But on the first and third Tuesdays, this is when I come on, make it make sense. And I just don't understand. I don't get it. It doesn't compute with me. Maybe because I'm not smart enough. Now that may be it. But this is what I want to know. Your kid is in school suspension or detention for phone use, and yet you call your child and text him or her on the phone because you want to talk to them during class. Make it make sense. You called your child during school because you need to get in touch with them. The same way you said that you said that they needed to have their phone just in case you needed to get in touch with them. And my question is, what do you need to talk to them about? This is what I hope you're not talking about. I hope you're not giving them some bad news about a death over the phone or via text. I hope you're not calling them to see if you can get some money from them or texting them. I hope you're not asking if, some pertinent, very unimportant questions, such as don't forget to thaw out the meat, don't forget to pick up your sibling, don't forget to go by the grocery store. During class time, they got 47 minutes to concentrate. And they have the concentration of a gnat. And yet you as a parent are going to call them and be complicit in them not following the rules, and then you want to get upset when they go into in-school suspension or detention. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. All I'm asking is to make it make sense, because I don't understand. But what I do want to talk to you about, I mean, those were some things I was thinking about. I had to jot it down because it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. But what I do want to do is also talk to y'all about debt and credit. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. So this is what my question or situation to you is. You as a consumer have rights and responsibilities. The federal government, as much as y'all complain when you don't get your checks on time, the federal government is your best advocate as a consumer. So what I'd like for you all to do, we're going to start this Easter out right. What I'd like you to do, get copies of your credit reports. You can go to one of the 3 major credit repositories or credit bureaus or credit reporting agencies, whatever verbiage you want to use. They're free. You receive 1 free every 12 months. Now, the great thing about this is that when you request one, you can get 1, you can get 2, or you can get 3. Still free. Now, what's something else? You will not get the credit score because that costs the FICO credit score, but what you'll get is the credit report. I want you to, once you get the credit report, play this back. And these are the following things I want you to remove and dispute. Remove and dispute, 2 different things. So you get your credit report. I want you to look at the inquiries. 2 types of inquiries: soft inquiry, hard inquiry. A soft inquiry doesn't go against your credit. It doesn't adversely affect it, doesn't make it go down. What it does is, if you already have credit with an organization, insurance company, they're looking at your credit to see, should I should I increase their rates or should I decrease their rates based on their credit rating? Then you have a hard inquiry. A hard inquiry is when you went to a store or you tried to obtain credit. Now, if it's a hard inquiry, it's going to remain on your credit report for 24 months or 2 years. So what I want you to do is have them remove it. Contact them and say, remove these inquiries. You don't have to say, I want it removed because it's 24 months. Just ask them to remove it. Asked and answered. You don't have to give any supporting documentation or why. Second thing I want you to do is go over your main information, your name, your address, telephone number on your credit report, any jobs you do or do not have or have or have not had, and make sure they're removed. For example, if you live at 123 Main Street, but on the credit report it says 123 Apartment A, Main Street, have that removed because it looks as if you have two addresses or more than. See, what you're looking at for duplicates. Remove the duplicates. The more addresses you have, the lower your credit score because your creditors believe that you move around a lot and you're not very stable in your work or your living arrangements. I don't make the rules, I just tell you how it works. That's very, very important. Then let's look at the names. Make sure the names are spelled correctly. For example, if your name is Smith and it's spelled with an E, make sure it's spelled correctly. White, Williams, common names are often misspelled. Remember, your credit report is only as good as the person earning $11 an hour who's entering the information. You understand? Who's entering the information. Your credit report is only as good as that. And see, if I'm making $11 an hour, I'm going to do the best job I can. But because they have to do certain amount every single hour, input certain amount of information, you may have some errors. You may have some errors. And quality assurance sure isn't checking it because of the 3 credit reporting agency. TransUnion has the most errors. So the great thing about the Fair Credit Reporting Act is what guides all 3 major credit reporting agencies is that once an error is found on one, the other 2 credit reporting agencies have to tell the others. So if you have found an error in TransUnion will then contact Equifax and Experian. So the names of the 3 credit reporting agencies: TransUnion out of Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, and Experian, which is out of Allen, Texas, and Equifax, which is out of Atlanta, Georgia. And most people are familiar with Equifax because when people used to write a lot of checks, it would go through Equifax. And even now, but most people use debit cards, but I'm just saying. So what we're going to do is, now I'm here the first and the third Tuesday of every month. I'm like a preacher. You know how they had the first and the third and the second and the fourth, and then the preacher go out in the country on the fifth Son? That's what I am. The first and the third Tuesday. Going to come back to you on the third Tuesday in April. And what we're going to do is discuss what your credit report, what you have. You're going to send us questions. We're going to answer them live. But more importantly, you're going to have your copy of your credit report and you're going to delve through it. You're going to look at it. You're going to see if there are any errors or any problems or anything. But the best thing about it is you will be empowering and educating yourself regarding credit and debt. Because I'm going to tell you, it seems like it's very, very, very difficult, but it's not. It's not. It's how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. I'm telling you, it's one bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. And when I tell you this is a step-by-step process, it really is. And what I do want to leave you with is, most importantly, you have a mighty computer in your hand. They are fabulous. But what I need you to do and you to know is that your credit report is only as good as the disputes or removals that you need and want. They are super simple. And don't pay anyone for a particular letter to have items removed. My goodness. The best letter you can write is remove this debt. It is not mine. Remove this debt. It is not accurate. Update this balance. It is not twice as much. So if the balance has $13,600, but you only owe $2,000, update that debt, update that amount, because that will help you the credit debt ratio. All right, so your credit debt ratio, how much you owe versus how much you earn. You should always earn more than you owe. I'm just saying. That's a good rule of thumb. But right now, during this COVID time, and it's still COVID because we're still having some waves, some people still aren't gainfully employed. Some people still are no longer have their homes. Some people are having problems with and working 2 and 3 jobs. But just want to let you know it can be taken care of because good people have bad credit all the time. You can ask any of the saints in the churches throughout America. Some are struggling, some are not, but it's just what we do. Hey, just want to remind you that look at them. They said for Mo's 55th birthday, send her $5. They wrong for that. They know I ain't 55. That's all I got to say. They tell me I put 5 on it. And then they put my Cash App up there. You know what? So MTG Entertainment presents J.F. Kimball Virtual Class of 1997 Reunion Shows, April 20th, 27th at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If interested, contact Q or Hendrix at the telephone number 972-904-2398 or mashthegas@gmail.com. That's mash the THA gas at gmail.com. Hey, I want to thank you for letting me just ask you some simple questions about make sense with MoSwag. And I'm so glad and so happy that y'all have taken time out of your busy schedule just to let me rant. Hey, but just join us tomorrow on Wednesday. What's Wednesday? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Who is that? Is that going to be Hendrix? Happy Hour with Hendrix. And he does an amazing job at telling you just exactly what happens. We call him the intellectual because he is just that, chemical engineer by degree. And he's been in the chemical engineering and production industry for like 20 years, 22, 23 years. So, hey, want to thank you. This has been MoSwag. You have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. And remember, don't you ever give up.